10 Crazy Things Bought by Billionaires. They say money can't buy happiness.
Sure.
But these billionaires didn't hesitate to spend big amounts of money to satisfy their eccentric taste. Let's get to know some of the craziest things bought by billionaires. Number 1. Datta Phuge and a heavy shirt. Buying clothes must be one of your favorite activities.
Okay, ladies, you know what this means.
Shopping!
But for this businessman from India, his clothes needed something special so he could be distinguished from the other billionaires. So without thinking twice, he ordered to make a pure gold shirt.
Are you serious?
This 6.6-pound piece is made of 22-karat solid gold and was crafted by 15 men who worked for 16 days to make the shirt. Can you imagine how much this whim cost? Nothing but $250,000. For Datta, gold was an obsession, and after achieving his dream, he gained an entry in the Guinness World Records for having the most expensive shirt. And of course, he became worldwide famous. Sadly, the gold man was murdered in 2016 in an alleged financial dispute. Number 2. Steve Cohen and his little fish. Many people love pieces of art so much they even have their own art collection. But the billionaire and hedge fund manager Steve Cohen likes taking this activity to the next level.
It's extreme.
In 2004, the magnate purchased a tiger shark suspended in formaldehyde.
What?
Wait, this is a modern piece of art by English artist Damien Hirst, titled The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living, and belongs to one of the most exclusive exhibitions in the world. According to the New York Magazine, this 14-foot-long little fish cost between $8 and $12 million. But this wasn't the first time this artwork had an owner. In 1992, it was acquired by Charles Saatchi for $93 million. It seems billionaires don't like regular fish tanks. Number 3. Ken Griffin gave himself an artistic treat. As an art enthusiast, this billionaire couldn't miss the opportunity to hold the title of the person who purchased the most expensive pieces of art in history.
Don't even say it.
This magnate, CEO of Citadel, a hedge fund firm in Chicago, administrates around $30 billion. His vast fortune allowed him to buy at auction 2 impressionist and abstract paintings by Willem de Kooning and Jackson Pollock, both at the same time. You know, you have to take advantage of the offers.
Completely incredible!
The paintings cost $500 million, and according to some experts, these are the highest prices ever paid for contemporary artwork. Also, you should know that, in the last few years, Griffin has spent $700 million acquiring properties in London, New York, and Palm Beach. By the way, during this whole purchasing process, he expressed concern about the exorbitant prices for art pieces. Let's recognize this social concern, shall we? Number 4. Bill Gates and his personal diary. I'm sure you admire a famous person too, and you would die for one of their belongings, wouldn't you? Well, Bill Gates spent $30.8 million purchasing Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester. This manuscript dates back to the 16th century and has 72 pages full of diagrams, writings, sketches, and ideas of the Renaissance genius. It means that the Microsoft founder has none other than the personal diary of Leonardo da Vinci. This piece stayed with the descendants of the first Earl of Leicester for more than 2 centuries until 1994, when it was sold to the billionaire and considered to be the most expensive manuscript in the world.
Perfecto!
Gates says it is a source of inspiration for the pursuit of constant knowledge. Was everything for scientific purposes only? What do you think? Number 5. Mukesh Ambani's little house. This magnate from India one day decided he wanted a house, but not a regular one. He wanted the most expensive house in his country, and why not the most expensive in the world?
Obviously.
As heir of a big petroleum emporium and president of Reliance Industries, his house couldn't be ordinary. That's why he decided to expend nothing but $1 billion to build a 27-foot skyscraper with 9 elevators, a dance room, a 6th-floor parking lot, and a 50-seat cinema. This little 400,000-square-foot house, located in Bombay, features 3 helicopter platforms, which makes it a mega mansion owned by the recently named one of the top 10 richest people in the world according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. There's no doubt that for the richest man in Asia, the home comes first. Number 6. Carlos Slim, an art lover. This Mexican businessman didn't want to just be an average art collector, he wanted to go way further. So why not if you have the money? The telecom magnate in Mexico decided to build his own museum.
And so is this.
Somaya is the name of this art enclosure, which is 150 feet tall and is covered with 16,000 steel mosaic hexagons. The name was inspired by his deceased wife, Somaya Domit. This architectural piece of art cost about $800 million.
No, that's crazy.
And there, you can find around 65,000 priceless pieces of European and Mexican art. It was opened in 2011, and the attendants were none other than the Nobel Prize-winning Gabriel Garcia Marquez and the President of Mexico, Felipe Calderon. A luxury that not just anyone could afford. Number 7. Richard Branson and his underwater trip. What else could a billionaire who has an island in the Caribbean, a record label, an airline, a spaceship, and a phone company buy? Can you guess?
It is the notorious Mr. Conor McGregor!
Of course, a submarine, isn't it obvious? Richard Branson just needed a new toy. This English billionaire added to his acquisition and business list an underwater plane. The Necker Nymph is a plane that can go underwater, reaching a depth of 131 feet. The magnate renamed his ship as Virgin Oceanic, priced at $664,000. You may be wondering, what's the point of this? Well, Branson wants to be the first person commercializing underwater trips, because renting it would cost around $25,000 per week. I'm pretty sure that if I save a lot of money, I'll be able to go aboard one, don't you think? Number 8. William Cook and a beloved photo. This businessman, a specialist in the petroleum market and with a lot of political influence, is the brother of the billionaire duo Charles and David Cook, famous for their Cook Industries emporium. However, this magnate started up his own company by selling his share of the family business for $470 million.
Really? Really?
Yes, in case you didn't know, William is a big fan of the Wild West stories. That's why in 2011, he didn't think twice and purchased an unpublished picture of the gunslinger Billy the Kid for $2.3 million. The original amount was $2 million, but the fan added $3,000 to such amount as a buyer's premium. If you have the money, why not spend it? Bonus: Cristiano Ronaldo's watch. The superstar of the King of Sports doesn't lose any sleep about the passing of time. Cristiano Ronaldo has a whole collection of watches to match each outfit he wears. The most expensive and eccentric acquisition he was recently seen with was an exclusive watch designed by the Swiss company Rolex. The soccer player attended the 14th Dubai International Sports Conference rocking the GMT Master Ice, a 30-carat white diamond piece with an 18-carat white gold bracelet. This exclusive watch is priced at over $485,000.
It's great.
Having been named the second highest earning athlete in the world in the 2010s gives you the right to buy some luxuries from time to time, don't you think? Number 9. Jeff Bezos and a newspaper purchase. If you owned one of the most successful e-commerce in the world, what else might you need to give yourself a treat?
You tell me.
Alright, what about one of the most famous papers in the United States, huh? In 2013, the Amazon founder didn't hesitate to pay $250 million for one of the most influential daily newspapers in the world, The Washington Post. Although the Post was controlled by the Graham family for about 80 years, Jeff decided to get it.
Gimme.
The Wall Street Journal called it an unexpected deal. 3 years later, the magnate himself accepted that he didn't do proper research and just agreed on the first price the seller offered. It seems the excitement exceeded his budget. If you're a fan of musical instruments, the next number will make you realize that if you started saving, you could have some billionaire's luxuries. Number 10. The violin of Maxim Viktorov. Musical instruments are highly rated by great music lovers and are collected by others. This Russian lawyer is one of the most recognizable billionaires in the dominant social class of his country and also a fervent violin collector. In 2008, one of the 150 surviving violins made by Giuseppe Guarneri in the 18th century was played for the very first time after 7 decades. Maxim couldn't miss this event, as he's one of the biggest fans of these instruments. The magnate fell in love with its sound and didn't rest until he got the stringed instrument. That's how he spent $3.9 million to keep it and get it included in his collection. This instrument is considered one of the world's most expensive violins. It seems that appreciating great music is not just about having a good ear, but also a few $1 million. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And if you want to watch something else, here you have some other videos to have a good time.